All right, I don't know if I'm going to put this video up on my channel because I still haven't finished that routine video or my regimen video about the typical things I do to try to reduce my odor. Because it takes, there's so much footage. First off, there's really not that much hours I have within a day, especially on the weekdays, because my whole day centered around going to work. Even though I'm closer to work, it's still like I still get there at 8:30 and leave at 6, and then I go to sleep at 9. But before I go to sleep, then I have to eat dinner, and then I don't really want to do anything when you get home. So you just watch countless videos on YouTube that mean nothing to me. So that's a major distraction. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, I never really have enough time. I never feel like I have enough time. I had this whole day off. Today's a Friday, and it's 9:45 at night. I had this whole day off. And I think, let me just say this. I had this whole day off because I already had enough hours. I only can do 40 hours within a week. So if I do 40 hours, close to 40 hours before Friday, I technically don't have to go to work the next day. So that's what essentially happened. Yesterday I had to work with somebody who could not complete enough tickets or tasks by themselves, and we had to complete them within a given time, because if we did not, it would be bad for the company, because they really need to seal or sell this software or do some demonstration to show that the software is working, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't even know if I feel like doing this video. Basically, but I did want to make this video to say this. I think the odor is coming back. Matter of fact, I know the odor is coming back. I know the odor has came back. And yeah, that doesn't feel good. So now I'm back at square one. I've been thinking about this. I'm back at square one. I'm going back at square one. Once you just deviate a little bit from the diet, now you're back at square one. Now you smell, maybe you don't smell as awful as you used to, but the odor is now so unpleasant that you see visible reactions. You see, so you could still smell unpleasant, but people are not going to react as much. But the stronger the odor is, the more visible the reactions are going to be, the more apparent people are actually reacting to you, or making mention that they are reacting to you, or making mention that you smell bad, or doing something like that, something of the sort. And at this moment, I don't feel too good about that. I'm really, of course, obviously upset, but my thoughts about this was I really got really sad about it. I really got sad about it, because I know, at least from how I view it, again, I cannot detect my odor. I feel like it takes a good percentage of time to climb up to the ladder of you don't smell that much. Like, okay, so you smell really bad, and then you want to not smell at all. So then you try to really focus on your diet, be disciplined, and only eat these sort of foods, and pretty much eat the same foods at least I can only speak for me. Pretty much eat the same food every day. And you keep doing that. But that sort of takes a mental toll on you, because I don't know, shit. You probably want to go out, you want to socialize, you probably at events. In my experience, when I'm even at work and there's some type of celebration or something that's happening, they always order pizza and shit. And I would always have to just refrain from eating the pizza while everybody's just gorging out, eating cheesy pizza and pepperoni. And I had to stick to a diet where I'm eating vegetables and stuff. But even now, just because you eat vegetables does not mean that you're not going to smell bad, because there could be other vegetables that have high something, or rather, and consuming that is going to flare up or increase the likelihood of unpleasant odors coming out your body but you're completely oblivious to it, but people think that you're aware of it, and they think that you're intentionally doing it because you just don't like being clean or whatever, fucking stupid shit. I don't know, it's really annoying. Yeah, but I was really depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I was really depressed about it, especially on that last Sunday. Really depressed. To the point, and I want to say now, like, it's worse now. From Sunday to now, it's worse. And this is the thing, like, I buy groceries on a Friday of every week. At this current, like, for the last couple of months, I buy groceries like first thing in the morning. I go at 7, 8 in the morning because there's not that many people there. Buy groceries and just bounce, right? So why am I saying all that? Okay, so once I started realizing I smelled bad, I started to realize I smelled bad like on a Saturday. So I already bought groceries, and many of the groceries already had like fruit, and I have this theory that fruit is also making me smell bad. And the only reason why I started including fruit is because I thought, I don't know, I felt like I've been eating pretty restrictive, so maybe now I can start introducing back fruit and it's not going to make me smell. I'm not saying that that's the main reason why I smell. Fruit is the main reason why I smell. But I do have experiences where I was eating a lot of fruit and nonetheless I still had reactions from people, so it made me think to myself, okay, maybe fruit is not as good as I think it is. And now, like, I have to go back to square one, meaning I have to go back to the things I think I'm pretty sure are safe to eat, which, in my opinion, which could be wrong, but my opinion is like green beans, carrots, potatoes, rice, and salads like spinach or some shit like that. But yeah, I had to go back just to eating those things because I used to, like, for the past couple of months I've been starting including beans and stuff. I started focusing on trying to eat more different variety of fruits and vegetables because I've been watching a lot of videos about like health, about your microbiome, what actually strengthens your microbiome or strengthens your immune system or creates a better living bacteria within your gut, and that's having a variety of different foods. So naturally I'm thinking to myself, okay, I think I got my odor condition at a minimum, so now I start to introduce more food. I'm going to start to try to eat more different types of fruit. I'm going to start to add more beans, because beans have really good soluble fiber, and that's supposed to be good for your microbiome, et cetera, et cetera. I started realizing, man, I'm really skinny. Maybe I want to bulk up and get strong. So I bought protein powder, and I bought like some type of milk. I bought like plant-based milks and shit. I bought this milk called Ripple. It's a pretty good plant-based milk. It has about like 8 grams of protein, and one cup is 90 calories and 8 grams of protein, and it's made out of, I think the source of the protein is made out of like pea, not like piss, but like green peas. Like when I say pea, is like what is made out of urine? No, it's made out of like peas. But at the same time, and the reason why I actually chose that type of milk is because I'm still in fear of taking soy, because soy has high amounts of choline. So I'm trying to stay away from that shit, because I never know for a fact if I have T-mail or not. So I'm trying to just be precautious. And I know soy in general has like high amounts of choline. Soy and beans have high amounts of choline. I was really tempted to buy tofu, because I also watched, over the course of months, I've also watched a lot of these like vegan YouTubers who show you their diets, like, this is what I eat today, or I don't know, those are like the typical titles on the videos and stuff. Like one particular channel that I've watched for a good amount of time is I think his name is Simnet Nutrition, and he's like this bodybuilder vegan who's like 5'4" or some shit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a 5'4" bodybuilder vegan, but I don't know, it's just weird. But I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that you can actually build muscle on a vegan diet and just by eating plants. But obviously he's supplementing with protein powder, which is nothing wrong. But I think I'm getting off the point. Point is, the odor's coming back, and I started seeing it more so within the workplace and within my, I guess the condo apartment complex. When I'm like passing by people and shit, I start hearing more hearing reactions like ill or some shit like that. You know, you hear someone respond when you pass by them. Or just recently, yesterday, on this last Thursday, which was yesterday, when I was going to get my food or whatever, got my food out the refrigerator, went to the bathroom, and after I went out the bathroom, I'm going to the elevator to go to. I always eat inside my car during lunchtime. It's just something I do. I know that's weird, but for some reason, I just like going outside. I feel better when I'm outside as opposed to being cooped up in an office. And I don't know, it's just the air smells better when you're outside as opposed to just being in an office. Like the office air is very stale. I don't know. I just feel better when I'm outside. In any case, so while I'm walking to the elevator, whatever, there's a receptionist who's like standing at the elevator, whatever, and then I start walking toward the elevator and I stand behind her, whatever. And then like 5 seconds later, she just gets up and leaves. She just gets up and bounces. And I hear her walking downstairs. She's using the stairs to walk down to wherever the fuck she was going to go. And I'm like, okay, that just confirms it. No one who just gets up and walks all the way fucking downstairs just to do that. It wasn't just that. It was like other instances. Like I had this for like 15 to 16 years. So there's little things I recognize in terms of body language that are indicative that they don't like being around you, or they're disturbed by your presence or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing if this was like year one. If this was year one, maybe I wouldn't pick up on the little subtle changes in body language when you're around people. But this is year 16. I'm like a body. I'm a body language expert in terms of negative body language. I can read people. I can read people without even having to have a conversation with motherfuckers. Like, I should be in the FBI, bro. I should be in the fucking FBI. I can read motherfuckers really well. I can like peep their language and like, yeah, you have a problem with me being here. And which actually leads me to the point of why I didn't show up to work today. So yesterday, I just basically said it. I was helping this coworker deal with a flood of tickets, or basically issues. There's issues that spring up within software or the website. And people create tickets to note that there's this issue that happens on this page when you try to do this thing. And within these tickets, we're organized to, these tickets or these issues have a number or something like that to identify the ticket, and it has a description, et cetera, and you use these tickets to assign them to specific people. But usually all these tickets are going to be assigned to her because she's like the main person who does it, which is a bad reason. It's a bad thing to do because there's like 5 to 6 of us, and the only one who mainly works on this site or within this software is her. To make a long story short, okay, so I had to stay longer than I usually do. I usually leave at like 5:30 to 6 p.m. and I left at I think I left at 9 o'clock. So that was like 3 more hours. I stayed there trying to help her ass, and I didn't want to stay there that long. I wanted to get up and leave as quick as I fucking could. Nonetheless, once we got done and I finished all her tickets or whatever, the project manager was saying, hey, maybe you should stay in, maybe you should just complete the whole cycle and then just not show up for work tomorrow, because tomorrow we're actually moving into another office, which is in another building, but it's pretty close by. And that sounded great to me. However, I know, since based on the reactions I was getting that day, I know the reason why he didn't want me to show up to work is because he, maybe I'm just wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm read spot on. But I think the reason why he didn't want me to show up to work tomorrow was because maybe I smelled bad that day or currently on that Thursday. So he naturally thought I was going to smell worse on that Friday. And also there are experiences I had with the group where I had to do some physical activity, picking stuff up, moving things around, etc., meaning I actually had to sweat. And if I sweat, and at least from my experience, I get worse reactions. So therefore I must smell worse when I sweat. So I'm pretty sure he took into consideration all those things and realized, okay, we're going to do a lot of physical activity about picking things up and moving them to another office. And that means if this guy smells bad now, he's going to smell even worse tomorrow. I don't think I want to be around that smelly motherfucker. So then he was like, hey, you know what? Maybe don't come in tomorrow. Just finish all your hours tonight, and then just not come into work tomorrow. Now for me, even if I didn't smell, I didn't have this issue, and you're telling me to get an extra day off, I'm going to fucking take the shit, because why? I don't really like fucking working. Working is fucking annoying. I just want to just chill and just do nothing and just be a lazy son of a bitch. I really hate fucking work, right? So even if I did smell or I didn't smell, I'm going to take the offer. I'm going to grab that motherfucker, right? I'm like, shit, okay. So, today, I usually, within my routines, I usually wake up at 4:45 to go to do exercising to sweat out the odor. That's like the first thing I do almost every day. And on this day, I woke up at like 3:39 in the morning. I went to sleep. I turned off my alarm. I tried to keep sleeping till 7, but I couldn't. I don't know, because I don't know. When you always wake up at like 4:45 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it's hard to continue to go to sleep. Like you're wired to wake up. Your body just wakes up. And throughout this whole day, I didn't really do anything. I just watched countless videos on YouTube. I ate food. I played Final Fantasy 14 online. It was boring at first. It was boring, but it's sort of pretty fun when you get into it. I also tried to schedule an appointment to see a therapist. I said this past couple of vlogs. I am mentally fucked. I need someone to talk to about this. I can't just keep talking to a camera every day and think that I'm going to be mentally sane to go out and do the same shit every day. I feel like my mind is slowly falling apart. And in the process of doing these regimens, these routines to reduce the odor, it is taking a toll on my mental health. I feel like I'm running a marathon, a never-ending marathon. I feel like I'm just constantly having to do these things, having to do these small sacrifices, and I don't really get a payout in the end. It just feels like it's just wearing and tearing me down, little by little. Damn, this should be the title. This should be the title of the vlog. It's wearing and tearing me down. I already had a title in my head about this. I was going to call it Back to Square One. But I think I should call it, it's wearing and tearing me down. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But yeah, I basically use my time in the afternoon to try to look up call people because I have insurance or Obamacare or whatever you want to call it, and I wanted to speak to a psychologist, therapist, whomever. I called like somewhere between 5 to 7 different phone numbers, and many of them never picked up. And the people that did pick up, like they had like prices that ranged from like $80 to like $250. And I'm not gonna do that shit. I might as well just talk to myself to save fucking $250 to save $250. I might as well talk to myself. I know myself more than the therapist would know me. But $250, bro, because I got someone called me back. One of the therapists called me back, and it's like, oh, I'm just calling you back because I know you left a message. I'm like, yeah, you're a therapist, right? Yeah, I just wanted to see if I can get a session or appointment with you. What type of what did I say? What type of insurance do you take? I said, oh, I don't actually take insurances anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what's the typical price for one session? Yeah, that's $250. I'm like, oh, okay. I gotta call you back. What the fuck? I'm not spending $250 just to talk to somebody for an hour, bro. I might as well pay a fucking homeless person to listen to my fucking sad story. Give them like a cheeseburger sandwich, give them a cheeseburger for payment or some shit. That would be a cheaper experience. We both learn something from each other. He gets something out of listening to me and enduring the smell, enduring the funk. And you know, I feel better talking to another human being. We both win. We both win. That should be another title. We both win. But yeah, I don't really feel that good, man. I don't really feel that good. Here's the thing. Because it's like, again, it feels like you're running a marathon. Like, it's like a mental marathon. Every day you got to go up. You got to get up. You got to, I got to exercise to sweat out the odor. I got to stick to these types of foods I eat and make sure that I eat it consistently every day. Because if I eat on a weekend or, if there's one day where I just stopped doing it or I just said, fuck it, now it resets and goes back to square one. And now you got to do it again. And you never know when or you never know for a fact if you actually stop smelling bad. You just got to assume, or I don't know, it's just hard. Sometimes it's just hard to pick up. And you never feel like there's a day where you can just rest. It just feels like you always got to be on it. You always got to be on it. And I don't know if I can do that for the rest of my life. I don't know if I could be on it for the rest of my life. Because, I tried so many different things. And it's so funny that people always suggest things that I already tried. I honestly feel like, I don't know. It just feels like it's a mental marathon in my head. In my head, it's a mental marathon. I'm constantly running. I'm constantly running to achieve something that's I'm never going to be able to grasp. If that makes sense. This is 24 minutes too long. I'll end it right here. I don't know if I'm going to put this up because I want to get the routine thing done. But I feel like making a video about having a routine is sort of pointless because I smell bad now. So it's like, I guess the routine did work, but the thing is, you still have to really be on it in terms of diet and really be consistent. And I don't know. It sounds like a insurmountable task to always be on point. Yeah. Anyways, gonna end it right here.